Well, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's so good to have each and every one of you watching the live, if you're in the live chat or watching the replay. We love you just as much. It's just as valuable of you as if you're watching the live chat. The only thing you miss out on is the live chat. So it's good to see each and every one of you joining us. Hopefully you're here with us in the chat this morning, kicking off your weekend here with Brekkie, the guy who sews. I have brought along a good friend of mine, Miss Shannon from SleighArts. It's been way too long between drinks of coffee. We looked it up. It was July 5th. So what is that? August, September, October, November, December. 7 months, way too long. But it's so good to have her back. I reached out to her recently and said, hey, I need to have you back on. We've got a date out this morning, so here she is. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us who she is, where she is, what she does, and all that good stuff. So it is all over to you as soon as I hit the right button. And here we go. There you are.
Good morning, everybody. Good evening and good afternoon. I have to say that on so many calls at work because we have like a global team. We're all over the world, so it's always sometime somewhere with somebody I'm talking to. I'm Shannon from SleighArts. Has been so long since I've gotten to be on the channel with Sean and talk to you all. I do have a YouTube channel called SleighArts. It has been kind of on hiatus. I have been. We were talking before we went live. This past year has been absolutely crazy. So I'm hoping that today, being on this morning, kind of jump starts the sojo and I get back into the routine. I haven't even been at my machine since before Christmas, so that's kind of wild. So I'm really excited about today and that Sean's kind of giving me the kick in the booty to get back to it, get back on the horse and get sewing again. And I'm
Awesome. I
also
hear that all the time. People are like, I haven't sewn in like 3 weeks. And it's always like, because you just need that little kickstart sometimes,
yeah.
And yeah, I've always said too, like if you are on the like if you lost your sojo, just find something that you love, whether it's a brand new project. I don't care if you have 55 projects that you need to get finished tomorrow. If you don't want to do that, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Find something you love, just get it going and have fun. If it's a knitting project that gets you going, the knitting thing might get you started. Just do something that you brings you passion, brings you joy, and just get started. That's my advice. I don't know if it's good or not, but there you are. You didn't ask for it, got it anyway.
But I'm excited to. I'm starting on a project that I think I've promised my son for 2 years, and something else has always just come up. So I also thought this was a good way to get myself kickstarted into sewing again. So I'm working on the fighter jet from Legit Kits. So this is what I'll be working on today.
Very nice. And you'll have it finished by the end of the live, right?
Sure. Yes, exactly. This is a good one for like large chunks of where an entire block is one color. So that's always fun. And it always feels like an accomplishment when you have like so many blocks done with just no cutting, just done.
So that begs a good question for us. And anyone that's done FPP or Legit Kits in particular, do you prefer to do the larger blocks first where it's one or two colors? Well, the ones that are one color are super easy. They're a no-brainer. You just stitch around the corners and slap it in your folder and keep moving. But do you prefer to do the ones where it's just like one or two pieces or three or four pieces, or do you like to do the smaller ones? What's your answer there, Shannon?
I even though I've been doing this for forever now, I still love to get those pieces out of the way and just get them done. And then start working on the ones that have smaller and smaller pieces. Like I work my way down to the really, really intricate ones.
Yeah, and that's how I thought I would be, because like this was like my first, and I'm working on Toasted Dragon. Anyone that's been of my channel and anytime in the last year or so knows I've been working on this slowly. I do have a recipient of mine for this. It's my work mom who retired recently. I told her, well, she was supposed to retire in 4 years and it got brought up. She retired early. I told her it was going to take 4 years, and I'm sticking to that time frame. It might get done earlier, but if not, I'm just enjoying the journey. But it was really my first project and FPP project, and I started off with the big pieces, thinking that would be fun. But now I am drawn to doing the smaller ones, like this. So, yeah, it's very interesting how that works. Like, I really thought I'd be the bigger pieces person too. And that's
Yeah.
kind of how mine started out. Like, I did the bigger pieces first just to get some confidence and everything else. And that's the beauty of these patterns, is if you are stepping into this as your first FPP project, you can just start with the bigger pieces, give yourself some confidence. So by the time you get to the smaller pieces, you can just jump in. You have the confidence and you don't feel as terrified as you might think. So I think that was a good way to jump in and do that as well. Rita says she prefers doing many color, smaller ones that combine into the bigger ones. Okay, let's just go ahead and say good morning to everyone before we get too distracted.
Yeah.
Scroll back up, and if I miss somebody, I apologize in advance. It's not deliberate. I miss stuff, you know. Let's see. Brenda Foley was here first. Good morning to you. To Miss Melanie Taylor, Nikki B. Good morning to you. Miss Annette is here with us as well. Stephanie Fulton. Good morning to you. I'm assuming everyone's morning. I know most of the afternoon and evening crowd, but if I get it wrong, yeah, so my apologies in advance. Quilter 824 Janet is here with us as well. Good morning to you. Good morning to Stephen up there at snowy Toronto. I know those guys have gotten socked with snow recently. I was talking to a customer of mine in Toronto the other day, and she was showing me all the snow on her back porch. I mean, I think they got, Stephen can correct me if I'm wrong, I think they got somewhere between like 6 and 12 inches, depending on where you were up there. So there you go. So they've got a decent amount of snow. Let's see, who else did I miss? My friend Rita is here with us as well. And if you have a channel, please put your channel link in. It should be exclamation point in your first name for most of you. Let's see, Annette, a quilt. They're talking about don't eat the yellow snow, which is always a good tip. If you haven't seen snow before, you want to try and see what it tastes like, yeah, stick with the white snow. Patricia Lancaster is here as well. Good morning to Miss Kathy from Yoga and Quilts. She is enjoying a rare treat with coffee, a cookie. Oh, that's good. I want some cookies now. Nice. Dawn Stewart is here. Jeannie E. Good morning, Miss Kathy. Let's see. I know I'm missing people. Good morning, Miss Charlotte.
Oh, there we go. Thanks for putting that
on tour. Yeah.
YouTube pages in.
Absolutely. Yep. Cora is here with us as well. Simply Unpredictable. Good morning to John from Guy's Craft 2. It's good to see you. We'll have him on in about 3 or 4 weeks, I think it is. Before it's Valentine's Day, we'll have John on.
Nice.
There we go. I have the calendar up next to me, so I know who's coming on when. So there you go.
Keep yourself.
Hey, work smarter, not harder, right? Okay, and then Rita says, my favorite is when I did an FPP that had, when finished, 288 pieces to it when done. Oh, that's a nice size. Yeah, I think this one has, I think Toasty has like 1,200 or something like that. So, but they now have a mini Toasty.
Yeah.
Which, if I'd known that existed when I started 3 years ago of this, I would have bought the mini one and started the smaller one.
Yep.
So, as a certified instructor, if you had someone that came to you and asked you which one would you do first as a beginner, like if you were brand new to FPP, which one would you recommend? Because I'd love to hear your answer on this.
So I think Sail Away is one of the most beginner-friendly ones for sure. Lots of single full block, maybe a couple of colors. The color Vortex would be a good one. If you're like me and you just want to jump into things, I think Mini Sculliver was a pretty good one to do. I would to this day I still curse any of the mini flowers. There were so many pieces to those mini flowers. That was even for me, it was so tedious, so many pieces. So I don't know that I would recommend jumping in with those. But then again, there are people that will jump in, and because they don't know that, they're like bumblebees. They don't know that they shouldn't be able to fly, so they just do, and they just go for it and do it, and it turns out beautifully. So
yeah. I mean, you can definitely. Can you do it as a first-time thing? Yes. I was just interested to hear your answer too, because when I asked them at the Legit Kits booth when I bought the pattern for Toasty, I asked them at the smaller ones, and they told me, if you are a beginner at this, we recommend the bigger ones, not because it's they get more money, but because they have the larger pieces. The smaller ones do tend to have a lot more pieces. So there is one that I saw earlier this week. There's a brand new pattern out. It's the bear. And if I had more time and money, I would run out and grab that one because that one just looks really, really neat. So
Yeah.
there you go. Good evening, Jan. She's asking, did I get to finish the quilt for my nephew for Christmas? Sorry, no, I did not. Actually, I was looking at that on one of those blocks last night. I was like, I really need to get that started, kicked back into gears. So yeah, we'll see that again very, very soon. I may have actually done it this morning, but Shannon and I decided that we would do legit kits together this morning because we both need a good kick in the pants on that there. So yeah, come back in next week hopefully, and maybe we'll get stuck into that as well. So that's a good question. I do need to get it done, otherwise the poor kid will graduate high school and he still won't have his quilt. So there you go. Good morning, Miss Jamie. I see Miss Layla's here. Good morning, Miss Andrea. It's good to see each and every one of you. I'm hoping the closed captions are working. Okay, so I'm going to cut out my first piece. I have actually gone ahead because I am just who I am. And I have done freezer paper for all the pieces because I'm still learning how to cut all my pieces and not cut too little or cut way too much. So basically with the freezer paper is you trace the piece that you have of the pattern, you add a 1/4 inch seam, and then you just onto a piece of freezer paper that you just buy from the store, and then you just iron it onto the piece of fabric, cut it out, and then right before you stitch it, you can pull the piece of freezer paper off. It doesn't leave any residue. I've done it with cotton, I've done it with batiks, I've done it with Kona sheen, and it's worked out beautifully as well. It does take more time. So for more seasoned and experienced people that can eyeball it, you don't need necessarily do the step. But if you're a beginner and you're worried about, using twice as much fabric as you need to, this is to me, it's like a good training wheel or a good crutch. I'm not sure how you feel about that, Shannon. I'd love to hear your opinion.
For me, and especially getting into doing the teaching of all of it, I think everybody should try everything, like every different style, and pick and choose what works best for you, the way that makes the most sense for your brain, the way that helps you make it go faster, because it can feel like as you're working on all, especially like the littler pieces, and it just feels like it's not building. So whatever can help you get that serotonin, like that high of, oh, I accomplished this, do that. If that works for you, do it. So I never poo-poo anything that anybody is doing to make it more fun and more like streamlined for them to get to the finished product.
Yeah, I love that that advice. It really does make me feel a whole lot better. So there you go. Jan says she'd been absent for a while. She just got home from the holidays for Christmas. I remember seeing some of the pictures of the different places you've been on Facebook over the last couple of weeks. I've really enjoyed seeing those pictures. So I wasn't sure if you were still out and about doing that or if you'd come home. So, all right, let's see. Was I smart? Yes. Okay. I can't tell if that's a 1 or a 7, but I figured it out. So calligraphy and handwriting is not my strong suit. If you look at my handwriting, you'd think I'm a doctor, to be honest. But I don't have his paycheck, unfortunately. Good morning, Miss Raven. It's good to see you. Good morning, Miss Mona. I don't think I said hi to you. Good morning, Miss Pat and Michelle the Quilter. Good morning to you. So there you go. She says I'm subscribed to Shannon, enjoy her channel, and she loves the cat. Yes, we have a resident cat joining in, and it's fun always on Shannon's channel because you just never know when one of her cats are going to have a guest appearance. It's always fun.
You never know which one it's going to be and what they're going to do.
I know. Yeah, it's like a little surprise. She has a surprise guest on her live. So what have you been up to recently, Shannon? Because it's been about 7 months since you and I really had a chance to have a good chat. Because sometimes with it's the only time I really get to talk to everybody is when you'll come join me on a live because you're busy, I'm busy. It's just never a dull moment in our worlds.
It's very true. I have been the most busy with my actual day job, and it's been super, super rewarding, and I love it so very much. But it definitely leaves me like at the end of the day like worn out, wiped out. So it's been pretty boring. I did get to have the week and a half of Christmas, New Year's off, and that was very nice. And I purposely didn't fill it with things and got to spend the time with the kids, which was really nice because things have been so hectic. So it was nice to take that break. And then when I came back to work, I felt like I was like the new girl again because I had that like fresh faced energy and optimism about how great 2026 is going to be. So that was nice.
All right, so that is awesome. I really want to do that Christmas New Year break this year. I don't think I've ever done that since I was in high school. You know, like I've always like throughout my whole working career, I don't know that I've ever taken that Christmas New Year's off, and I think this year might have to be the year for that. So I probably should go. I probably should go onto my vacation request thingy and go ahead and do that before someone gets that brilliant idea.
Yeah.
So
I've tried to do that every year.
Yeah.
Because of the kids and everything. So it's become tradition. And now, even though they're adults, and actually, my son didn't even get to have that time, the whole time off. It was still nice to know that the days that he was off, we were able to go do stuff.
Yeah, I usually get to work remotely during that time, so it's not terrible that I have to work, but I don't know. It might be nice to do that this year. I have extra days this year, so that might be a nice little trick for me. So Amber Duggan Knitter is here. Good morning. She says, I just joined in. What are you working on? We are working on some legit kit patterns, which is a foundation paper piece pattern. You are working on the fighter jet. And I am working on Toast of the Dragon, which is what I've been working on for a little over a year, and I'm only a third of the way through, but I'm just taking my time and enjoying it. More seasoned people can do it in much less time, so I don't feel like it's going to take you 3 years like it is for me. It's just the way I choose it, because I'm also working on 7 different projects at once.
Yeah, that's true. You've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, never a dull moment here in my world. So good morning, Miss Linda. Linda Parsons is here. Linda Irish Style Lady is here. I saw Donnell pop in. I know I'm missing people. And on Nanette, the Farmer Quilter is here as well. So yeah, we're having a good time. We have a lot of people here this morning. It's really neat to see that. I think they're all here to see you, Shannon. I think they've all missed you and want to come say hi. So
yay!
I think that's awesome.
Working with a lot of reds and oranges on these first pages.
Now, I think it's going to be fun to see that completed when you are done. Do you have a projected timeline on how long do you think that might take you since you've done some of these projects?
Oh, he's waited a couple years. He can wait a couple more.
A couple more?
It won't hurt him.
Well, it could always be a wedding present if it takes long enough.
I guess that's true. Oh, he'd be so sad.
Well, you can always teach him how to sew and help. So there you go.
That's very true.
All right. So Andrea says that for those following her along with her, she's posted a picture of rows 1 to 3 of her new pattern, Steps to Freedom. The video will drop later today. So duck over to Miss Andrea's channel later on when you get a chance to see what she's up to on that. I'll have to go take a look myself because I haven't had a chance to see that yet. So, Christina, good afternoon. It's good to see you. How is the weather in your part of the world? Because I know you are there in, I'm going to get the wrong Nordic country here. I think it's Sweden. It's Sweden or Norway. It's 1 to 2. I want to say Sweden. Please tell me if I'm right. I hope I'm right. Well, that's fun. Amber says here, how fun. I am in New Mexico. I'm going to put this on that thing. And excited to do a class today with Carla, the dye of the cherry wood fabric. So excited. For anyone that doesn't know, cherry wood fabrics has a challenge every year where you buy, I think it's a fat quarter of 5 or 6 different fabrics. And you have to use those fabrics and those fabrics only to make a 20 by 20 block of whatever you want in the theme. Last year's theme was like the deep sea. This year it is I don't remember.
No, I don't remember this year. One was
I'm gonna go
Wicked,
look at.
one was Princess Diana,
Yeah.
Prince.
There was.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like what was the other one? There was like a graffiti one, I think it was. That one was really neat.
don't sit on me.
2026. We got to go look it up because now I am story time.
What? Come on, come on, come on.
Celebrating the classics. So you can do it. Oh, geez, I wish I'd known about that.
Oh,
Hang on, I can do.
that's right. It's the throwback one.
Yeah, I could do something like Winnie the Pooh or one of the artiste ones I've done before. I don't know. I've always talked about doing that. I wanted to do it last year because I like the idea of Under the Sea, but I just couldn't come up with an idea in my head on how to do it. So, but no, that sounds really fun that you're doing a class with her. That one of the ladies that does the dyeing of that fabric, because that fabric is beautiful.
And are you doing a dyeing class, or she just happens to be
Yeah,
a dyer and you're taking a class with her on something
yeah,
else?
I'd love to hear the answer to that question too. Amanda is here from Stitching Life Together. It's so good to see you. Dravuka is here as well from Ontario. Are you covered in snow there as well? Because I'm not sure what part of Ontario. I know Toronto's under snow, but Ontario is a big province. So, there could be parts there that have no snow. Just like you're telling me you're up there in Maryland and you're getting snow and we don't. I think there's a
It's coming
potential
down
for
pretty
it
good.
tomorrow.
It just started when we started talking, and now there's like a 1/4 inch of snow sticking.
And for those in the metric world, that's about 6 millimeters.
Oh, there you go.
Or you can look it up on your, 1/4 inch. You can look on your rule. You're not sure too.
Yeah.
Give you an idea.
We should probably be very, very good at figuring out a 1/4
Yeah, because
inch.
that's very. I mean, I'm assuming it's the same over there in Europe, but I know in Australia, like even though they're fully metric for the most part, all the quilting supplies and that are still in, and all the patterns tend to be in inches as well.
Yeah.
So, hallelujah! Look at that. Christina said I was right. Sweden is the correct country. So she's 3 degrees Celsius and slushy. I was right. So 3 degrees is about 36, 37 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yeah, my kids here love having me here because they don't have to necessarily worry too much about converting because they just look at me when Amanda talks about feet, inches, temperatures in Fahrenheit, and I just translate it for them.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm like, yeah, you're probably like one of the very few families that you can be, come to where you got to get that service. All right. All right. So, yeah, lots of snow up there in Ontario. Good morning, Miss Cherie. It's good to see you. Okay, so there we go. We've got lots going on. Now I'm out of words. That's not good. This is where you step in and help me out.
One of the things that I've been doing since kind of being on hiatus is I actually have joined a local quilt guild, which
nice.
I joined the Modern Quilt Guild, like their global one, so the virtual one, but joined the local one, and now I'm helping set up their retreats, so that's pretty fun. I'm having a good time doing that part.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't have. I'm not a member of a local guild because I looked into it, and like the closest one to me in any direction is a good 30 or 40 minutes away, and most of the meeting times are when I'm at work, which doesn't help. There is a Saturday morning one, but it starts right about now, so I have to kind of choose: do I want to go to a guild meeting once a month, or do I want to hang out with you fine folks? And you guys win
Yeah.
by a landslide. So, yeah, haven't joined one yet. Will I in the future? Maybe. I'm not saying no to it, but not at this present time. You did mention the Modern Quilt Guild,
Yeah.
which is the folks that host QuiltCon. Are you planning on making an appearance in North Carolina next month or no?
No.
That's sad. I was hoping to be able to catch up with you down there.
Not heading down. And I was excited that it was back in North Carolina because that's where my dad is, and I get a free place to stay. But
Yeah.
It's right at the same time as some bigwigs are visiting at work, and so I can't.
Yeah,
sneak out. I can't play hooky.
understandable. I'm lucky where it's like 2 hours and some change from my house, so I just plan on hopping up early that morning. There'll be no live on the 21st of February,
Yeah.
but you can just I've got another video planned for you guys to watch that day, so you'll have something to entertain yourselves. But yeah, I plan on driving down for the day, saying hi, taking photos, giving hugs if needed. And then once the sunset starts to set, hop in my car and drive back home. So
Head on back
yeah,
up.
that'll be a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Anyone in the chat who's coming to QuiltCon, just let us know in the chat, or if you're watching the replay and you plan on making an appearance, please let us know, because I think last time there was quite a few of us that did like a meetup in the afternoon, which was a lot of fun. So I think
Yeah.
we might try and do that again, if at all possible. So yeah, that'll be good.
I wish it was closer because then I could just like cruise on down. But with it being 8 hours away, that's not quite as
Yeah, as I say, it's a fair hike for you, especially because you have to go through all that nasty. Well, I put that on backwards, didn't I? Oh, that's not helpful. Okay, where's my co-star?
It's the pitfalls of working and talking at the same time.
That's okay. Well, you know what? I've had a really good run with this. I have done quite a few of these blocks without making any errors, so I was overdue,
There you go.
and it's okay. Like mistakes happen, and if I make a mistake, you will see it here. I will not shy away from saying that I make mistakes, and I think it's a good thing, because no perfect quilters allowed here, I guess we can say.
Yeah. Well, it's just as helpful to show folks how to fix a mistake as it is to show it going smoothly.
Sure, yeah. And I've noticed too that when I've done like time lapses and certain things where I've made a mistake, more often than not, someone's come back in the comments and said, I made the same, I made the boo-boo in the same area. So like sometimes you think you're the only one that's done it. You'll be surprised that's not the case a lot of the times.
Yeah.
I think what was it, the 100 Acre Woods that I'm doing, still working on slowly. I'm almost done with it, thankfully, with Art East. I wasn't even on the third step of block one and I made a boo-boo, and I said something about it to Donnell, and she came back immediately and said, yeah, I did the same thing. So yeah, don't be shy about saying you make mistakes, because we all do it, and you may be pleasantly surprised to realize you're not the only one.
If anybody tells you you're the only one, that is patently wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, it's okay. We all
One
make
thing that
boo-boos.
there's not any creativity in it's making mistakes. Somebody has done the thing you've done.
Yeah, and like I know sometimes like we all get frustrated too with having to unpick and everything else. And I was on a live when I think I was not having a great day with mistakes and everything else. And I think it was Ginger from the Copycat Quilter. She's getting credit for this, even if it wasn't her, and until someone tells me otherwise. But she made a very good point, or whoever it was, that if you look at how often you have to use the seam ripper versus how much you don't. And I was like, you know what? That makes a really, really good point. So yes, I do have to pull that jack from time to time. That's a lot. I spend a lot more time not using it than I do. So, and
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing to remember, especially when you're frustrated. Just remember, hey, look, it's not all the time. It's only here and there. And then my other goal too, my other thing that I do too, is if I have to rip out the same thing twice, I put it in timeout and pull out something else.
Yeah, I say if I've had to redo it 3 times, then that final time, that's the way God intended, and that's the way it's staying.
Yeah. All right. Now, did we get it right the second time? Yes. Okay. You may now proceed because these papers will give you. I've found that they will give you one free pass. You can rip it out once without any real, because you can like put
So
tape on it or
washi tape is
washi tape. Okay, I
fantastic.
found that I can do it with nothing. Like the first time I can do it, guilt free.
Yep.
Per se, without any real issue. But the second time, it's all you got to be in trouble. So, but some people say tape, some say masking tape, some say washi. I just try not to make the same mistake twice with this. So, I also have a second project on standby during these lives, so that way if I do have to put it in timeout, I'm not going to be sitting here twiddling my thumbs as well. Good morning, Miss Shelley. It is so good to see you. I was going to text you last night and say, hey, pop on. I haven't seen you in a while. So for anyone that doesn't know, Shelley is my sister. She is in Australia still. It's always good to hear from her. So it's really neat. And she must be up super late because it's after midnight where she is. So
partying.
Yeah, maybe. Chasing after one of the kids. I don't know. So there you go. It's so good to see you. Thank you for popping in for a little bit, Shelley. I know you're probably not going to stay long because it's late and you probably would like to see the back of your eyelids for a little while. So thank you so much for popping in. It's really neat there as well. Andrea says that you'll see lots of mistakes in her videos and explanations on how to fix them. I'll never be perfect in this life, and even with 60 plus years of quilting under my belt and still learning. Yeah, that's so true. Like even the quilts that I've put into state fairs and won awards on, like the one behind me here, it has plenty of mistakes in it. It really does, so that's okay. Just embrace it. My thing is, if you look at a mistake, my question to myself is, can I live with it? Yeah. And if I can, it stays. If I can't live with it, then it comes out. This one here is like, you know what? I have to fix it because I could stitch another piece to it, but it was going to look bad and it was going to take me just as much time as it was just to rip it out. So Shelley said she's doom scrolling. So
it also comes down to like economy of time. Is the time I'm going to put into trying to fix it worth it? Like, just move along, get on with what comes, like what I need to do next. So
yeah, and especially with a project that has a lot of pieces, you're not going to notice that one little thing that's wrong.
Oh, for sure.
As well. So, it's just one of those things. So, yeah, very, very good point. So, Christina said she'll be there. Hope to see you. I plan on being in QuiltCon on the Saturday. I should be there all day. I'm definitely going to try and put out some, and that's one thing too. If you see me at one of these quilt shows like QuiltCon or Mid-Atlantic Show or Road to Virginia and you see me, please say hi. Be gentle, like don't come up and scare me because I am easily spooked. But please come up and say hi because you all know what I look like. I'm 6'5". I'm the tall guy wandering around a quilt show. I'm not hard to miss. But I don't necessarily know what a lot of you guys look like. So if you see me, say hi. I'd love to meet you. Happy to take photos and that sort of thing there as well, which is a lot coming from me because I am probably the most introverted person you'll ever come across. But in the quilty world, I love everybody. So that is cool there as well. Kelsey says, I'm sure not a perfect quilter. My seam ripper is my best friend. Me too. Let's see who else is. Yeah, Raven says, loves your cute kitty. Sorry?
Oh, I was saying hi to Ingrid and Nadine. And
yes. Yeah, bonjour. It's good to see Miss Nadine. I haven't seen Nadine in a while, so it's good to see her. Yeah, I don't know if she knows this, but one of my current exchange students, Lily from Belgium, is very, very fluent in French. It's her first language. So I hear the French language a lot in my house. So I still can't speak it very well. So if you're waiting for me to give out French lessons, you'll still be waiting a very long time. No, it's a lot of fun. Although I'll be able to speak French before I can speak Bulgarian. So okay, Layla says she'll be there at the con Thursday, Friday, and half a day Saturday. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll have to do a meetup in the morning and the afternoon. I don't know. We'll work as well. Marlene says I should come to Road to California next week. I would love to, but I do not have the I don't know if I'd even. I don't think I could even get off work right now because I'm in the middle of doing a new project. So, and I definitely don't have the fun to fly all the way to California,
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. There, I would love to go, but they've kind of spoiled me too because now they've brought Road to California out to Virginia in Richmond, which might be closer for you, Shannon. Richmond's probably only like 3 or 4 hours from you, so that might be something you can come down to.
Yeah, no, Richmond's even, it's more like what Raleigh is to you. It's like 2 hours away.
Oh, I was thinking traffic, because sometimes you hit Northern Virginia, and it's like,
Yeah. But I would have a free spot there too because my aunt and uncle live there. So
there you go. Yeah, yeah. Last year, what I did is I did an early live. I think I did my live from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then just ran up the road to Richmond because from my house to Richmond, it's like if there's no traffic, I can be up there in just over an hour and 15 minutes. It's not super far at all. So I don't know. I might do my live at the normal time and just get there a bit later.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Ingrid says, "Are you saying don't scream, Sean, from the guy who sews?" Like we just spotted our favorite offset. If you're far enough away, sure. But yeah, don't come up behind me and spook me. I think is probably the easiest thing. Although I do have a fairly good, yeah, I do have a fairly good sense of what's going on behind me because I did work in a fast food kitchen for 4 years, and yeah, you learn very quickly to see what's going on behind you. That you didn't run into somebody. So Marlene says, "Did for QuiltCon in North Carolina this year, maybe Atlanta." And I'm assuming she meant 27. I mean, that could be there in 37, but they haven't announced that one yet. So there you go. Good morning, Miss Donna. It's so good to see you. Freddie, I think we mentioned this last week, but we'll go ahead and mention it again. Donna, and 11 of us are doing a collab together starting next month where we are going to do back to basics. It's a bunch of different blocks that we're going to make together. Each creator is going to do their own blocks. I have a fun set already lined up. I'm going to write my own patterns for each and every one of them, and you'll get access to those. And I've even made the first one already as a test. You won't get to see that until March. Sorry, but I can't give away all my secrets. But that's going to be a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for that. Donna, if you have half a moment and you want to put a link into your channel, into the chat that explained the video where you explained everything, please do so because that will make it a whole lot easier than me trying to explain it because you did a much better job than I did at doing that. So Donna, are you heading down to QuiltCon? I'm assuming yes, but I don't want to assume. So there you go. Let's see. And apparently everyone's trying to give away their snow. Please do not send it to me. I do not want it. I love you all, but I do not want the snow. That can be someone else's present. The folks in Australia will probably take it right now. It'll be water by the time it gets to them because it's like the middle of summer down there. But
There you go.
yeah, I'll pass them the snow.
Yeah.
All right. Andrea says, "Howdy, Donna. Love the premiere." I found she had a premiere last night. I'll have to go check that out too.
Oh, we had just found out that there is a new quilt shop opening up kind of locally just up the road from me.
That can be dangerous.
I'm kind of excited about it because you hear so often the small mom and pop ones closing down, and so I'm kind of excited that there's a new one opening up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
we've been pretty lucky in this area. I think there was one that closed down the last few years, but from what I've heard since Joanne's went out of business, the mom and pop ones around here have been reaping the benefits from it, which is kind of what I was hoping. Like I miss Joanne's, but it's good to hear that it really has helped the independent stores there as well.
yeah, they could be jumping on, seeing that there's an advantage there.
I mean, I would because there's really, you really don't have the yardage. Where do you go now? I mean, there are some Michaels that have some yardage. Walmart seems to have gotten rid of all their yardage. Everything's half yard cuts or that sort of thing there as well. So
yeah,
and I'm not one that likes to I'll buy online if I have to, but I prefer to go look at it and see it in person and make sure it's the right color, because sometimes, like, just with your screens can be different, your brightness and
Oh,
that sort of stuff there. It may not be what you exactly want. And for me, especially doing solids, I want to be able to see what I'm looking at. So I like to much prefer when I can. I do like to go shop in person as well. Nanette says one of the remaining quilt shops just expanded. Yeah, the quilt shop that my friends own up in Williamsburg, they're actually looking at expand. I think they've been trying to find a new property for a while now. So yeah, it's good to hear that they're doing well. So there you go. Okay, so Donna is going to QuiltCon. She's flying to Charleston to hang out with Delia and then driving up for a week. Okay, excellent. So we'll get to see you again this year. That'd be fun. Because it's been, 2 years since I've seen her. Nikki said they got a dusting of snow, but the flakes were huge last night for about an hour. Good morning, Miss Kim. It's good to see you. So Terry says, good morning, Sean and Shannon. This might be the first time up in time for a live. It's so good that so many people are here this morning. It really does. I don't know if you guys know how much it means to me that you guys decide to get up early, because I know it's early for everybody, even on the East Coast. Well, except for Christina. She's there in Sweden. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon there for her. Or was it 3? I think she's 7 hours ahead. What is Sweden time? I have to go look.
Next day.
Yeah. Let's see. Sweden time 2:41. Like I said, they're on Central European time. For some reason I thought they were an hour ahead. Like, I don't know. Anyway, don't mind me. I'm going back to my little world.
Brenda's saying she's got 4 local quilt shops next to her.
Yeah, I've got. Let's see. There's Fabric Hut, which is about 40 minutes away from it, 30 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic. It's fairly close to the office. The Quilt Shop, which is like 20 minutes down the road from me. Sunshine Corner is about 25, 30. And then Halo Inspirations is about 45 minutes. So, yeah, within an hour, I have at least four different. And then there's the other one near the office, too. So 5. So there you go. All right. So Donna's put a link in there for us. They've also, so there's actually 12 of us now. Originally it was for the collab. Originally there's going to be 10 of us, and now there's 12. So Donna's done a wonderful job going out and finding some really, really good and talented quilters out there. I'm really excited to see what they have all come up with. Mine will be in a theme. As I said, I don't want to give too much away right now, but I'm very excited to be able to share what I've come up with. And they're all designed to be fairly easy. We'll start off with easy projects, like easy blocks, and then we'll get progressively more complex as time goes on, as you build your skill set. So this is going to be a good way to see several different content creators and their teaching styles, because everyone teaches a little bit different. Yep. And certain people will resonate with certain others' teaching styles and everything else. Like, you may find that Amy DeMent's teaching style is better for one person than mine, and mine might be better than, it just depends on how you learn. I'm a visual learner. Some people are auditory and that sort of thing there. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun way to check out some new channels, see some different teaching styles, and just see some fun blocks, because I don't know what anybody else is doing, really. So
that's fun. You guys are having a good time.
Yeah. That'll be fun. So definitely go check that out. John says they're very blessed. They have 6 shops within 15 minutes, but they all seem to do well. That's awesome.
Wow, 15 minutes.
I know, that'd be dangerous. I had to go get a second or third job.
A second or third house. Put them on.
I know, right? Like, I feel like in a lot of ways I'm very lucky that all these shops are like a 20 or 30 or 40 minute drive away, because they're close enough I can go to, but I have to make a physical effort to go there. And so it's not like, because, it's 20, 30 minutes there, 20, 30 minutes back. However long you spend in the store. If I go to Halo Inspirations and chat with Angel and her husband and son up there, I've never gotten out of that store in under an hour and a half.
So that is a day. That's a day commitment.
Oh, we all just get chatting, and then that's just the end of it. So, yeah, I think it's usually 2 or 3 hours. Like, I have to block off half a day when I go visit them. So I love them dearly. But yeah, popping in and out might be possible one day, but yeah, usually not, because I only get to see them like once or twice a year. So
yeah.
it's kind of like a big catch up when we see them.
It's a reunion.
It's a reunion, yeah, for sure. So I had to drop a quilt off up there last year for a friend of mine that asked me to make him a t-shirt quilt, and I was up there like 2 hours early. And I figured, okay, well, I'll pop in here real quick. I might have to go find something else to do. And I end up having to text my friend and say, I'm sorry, I'm a bit late because I'm still here at the quilt shop. So, but that's okay. We had fun. It was a good time. It's always fun to go see them as well. Nikki says Columbia, Missouri, about 30 minutes from my house, has 4 quilt shops and a Michael's. There's 2 in Jefferson City, Missouri, which is less than 10 minutes from it. Yeah, it's nice when you have those options. Yeah, there used to be a quilt shop just down the road from the office, but their hours were crazy. It was like only during working hours, and I don't want to necessarily want to go during my lunch break because it was going to take me like 10 or 15 minutes to get there and then 10 or 15 minutes back. So it didn't really give me much time to shop. And then, yeah, they were closed at 5 o'clock. So by the time I got off work, they were already going home too. So
Yeah.
never went there. I think they went out of business. So maybe it wasn't the best strategy for them. I don't know.
Oh, I think I think there's like such a fine line between when you're running like a mom and pop shop like that, like it's all on you pretty much. So you're trying to make it work for you, but then also your customer base, and it's just not there's no perfect way to do it. Someone's not be able to be there.
Yeah, a lot of the stores in our area, it seems like they're open to 6 or 7 p.m. So that way, if you get off at 5, you can still run over there real quick and grab something. So, I mean, that's usually what I do. I think it's really nice that most of them stay open too.
So with the airplane, it is an 8x8, and 6 of the blocks are just full one piece of fabric.
I know those are nice when you have those. I think like the top row of Toasty and even row 2.
Yeah.
So
they have that. Say, 6 blocks already done. Yay! Look at that.
Yeah.
Already making a dent.
Yeah, it's actually the top row only, and then there's like 2. Yeah, as you get further down, there's like that too. So yeah, it's kind of nice when you have that. And I will give Donna full credit for this. This is her idea. What she does with her patterns, and I'm assuming it's the same, is she actually puts hers in a binder. Yeah. And this has been fantastic.
I do the accordion folder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with all the fabrics done by alphabetical order, and so like horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah, I don't have the fabrics in there. It's just the pages, and then I put the completed block in there when I'm done. I have the fabrics elsewhere, but yeah, the accordion for the fabrics, the accordion or the I think Donna and some of the others do the hanging folders as well for the fabrics as a good option. Yeah, definitely being organized with these projects is key because it makes the difference between it being a fun project or a miserable one. And the other thing I would suggest to folks too, and this is too short. Oh, for the love of Mary.
Like Raven's planning, she said, just remembered about a local quilt or a new quilt shop opening up, and it's going to be near their company party. So they may take a side quest and go check out the new shop.
I fully support that. Kim says she has a Hobby Lobby about 10 minutes from her and a quilt shop about 20 minutes away. I always forget about Hobby Lobby, and that's actually very, very close for me. I always forget they're there, and I always have something I want. So maybe it's a good thing I forget they're there. I was actually down there the other week and got some backing fabric for a Quiltavella project I'm working on. So that was good. Donna says, Shannon, the airplane is so stunning. Sean, I'm so proud of you for Toasty. Well, thank you for that. Have you made the airplane one, Donna? Because I know you do a lot of testing and that sort of thing there for them. So I can't keep up with all the ones you do because I blink and she's finished another test. I'm still working on the same block. Yeah, she just rocks. She just knocks them out. She's really good. Where'd my scissors go? Oh, there they are. Yeah, I made this one piece too short, but I'm just going to add a piece of fabric to it because it's a solid. And this thing already has 1,200 seams. What's 1,200? What's one more?
What's one more?
Someone told me that one time when I was like, I made a boo-boo on this, and they're like, what? Why not just add a seam? I'm like, you know what? That's a very good point. No one's ever going to notice.
No one will know.
I don't think Mike Odell's going to be coming over here and saying, hey, Sean, you goofed this up. You got to take that out right now.
No, and then you quilt it. No one's going to know.
Exactly. Yeah. Is that going to cover it? Yes. Okay.
And most of these have so many colors happening in them. If one isn't exact, like, come on, no one's gonna know.
That's it's hard if you're using if you're using a print, or something like that. Then it's gonna be very noticeable. But because it's a solid, no one's ever gonna know the difference. So yeah, like we were talking about earlier, if you make a mistake, you see it here, and it's fine. Yeah, Donna says it wasn't for the filing system, it'd be a hot mess. Yeah, and I appreciate you showing the binder system. Because once you showed that on one of your videos one day, because I was sitting here figuring, okay, how am I going to put the completed blocks away and everything else, because it was all just how it was purchased. And I saw that video, and I immediately went to Target the next day and bought a binder, page protectors, and everything else, because just how Donna did it was just absolutely amazing. I thought it was going to work so well for me, and it did. So I appreciate that very, very much. I don't know if I've told you that before, but if not, here you go. So there you go. Yeah, Nikki says we have Hobby Lobby in Jefferson too. I try to avoid that store. I come in with a lot of stuff that I don't need. It's very easy to do. Why I usually go shopping by myself, because if I take Amanda with me, she likes to peruse and see all the stuff, and then we end up coming home with a bunch of stuff too. So I try to leave her at home. There we go. It's together now, and you can hardly see the seam. So
see, all good.
Hey, if anyone looked at it, they probably figured that was just how it was meant to be. I'm not stressing about it. So there you go. Okay, Donna's saying here too, Shannon, if you're still teaching FPP, please email her. I'd love to enjoy having you jump into 2027. Yeah, that'd be fun for you to potentially be part of that project. That'd be good.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually, in a shop kind of close to you, Sean. I'm teaching a whole series on beginner FPP at Web Fabrics.
Okay. Where is that one? Because I don't know that I'm familiar with that.
Maybe it's not as close to you. Maybe it's further west. Percival?
Uh-huh.
And they are, what's that? Sorry?
I'm trying to think where that is. I know the place. I'm looking it up now.
Kind of close to Leesburg, like right outside of Leesburg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not close to me.
Yeah, I feel like that's more west, like northwest.
It is. Yeah, it's up there by Winchester and stuff. Yeah, that's like a 4 or 5 hour hike for me.
Forget how huge Virginia is.
Yeah, I'm down in the southeast corner. I could probably be at your house as quickly as I could get to Percival.
Get there. So. Yeah. But yeah, that's been an exciting new thing to start teaching at different shops. So that got to come up with all of the class materials, the patterns for it, the lesson plans. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've talked about doing classes at some point, but I don't know what I teach yet. So I don't know that people would show up to how to use a seam ripper 101. So
yeah, they would. Yeah, they would, because it's so easy to ruin your fabric with a seam ripper, putting it in the wrong way.
Yeah, but that'd be like a 10-minute class. What am I going to charge? $4.99 for a 10-minute class.
Just fixing mistakes. You could do a whole class on fixing mistakes.
Well, there you go. You know what? Now you're onto something. So, yeah, because I looked at some of the like quilt shows and stuff where they have classes, and you can look to be an instructor. But everything that I was looking at, like beginner FPP and this and that, someone's already doing. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's not good. I don't know. Maybe one day. But then again, I'm busy enough as it is. Do I really want to throw something else on my plate?
That is something to think about. Because, yeah, it's an added thing to your work week, and they're like a 50 minutes to an hour away from me. So going out on a Saturday, getting there, like woo. But it's a 5-class grouping, so every other Saturday. Kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I'd love to hear how that all goes. But is this like your first time doing a class, or have you done it before?
It's the first time for a quilt shop.
Okay.
Yeah. Taught at a bunch of retreats and, virtual retreats too.
Right.
But this is first time like affiliated with a shop. So that's cool. I tried to do it with the one right here in town, but they're so small. They only have like enough space for 4 for 4 people.
Yeah.
And so it's usually the people that work for the shop that do the teaching, because it's like just a part of their day. It's not a added expense for the shop. So
yeah, the one shop I go to occasionally, the fabric shop, which is in Suffolk. They always love seeing me because they always want to see what I'm working on. And like there was one time I brought a quilting because I was trying to buy backing fabric, I think it was, and they actually pulled me into the beginner class to show off what I was doing. I thought that was nice. I like that quilt shop too because they have a resident dog.
oh yeah, that's always nice.
Yeah, I took Lorenzo, our Italian exchange student, with me one day there, and he was very disappointed because apparently the dog had gone home about an hour before we got there, and he was so disappointed. He wanted to see the dog, so I ended up having to take him to Burger King and buy him a burger to drown his sorrows. It was funny. What's the dog? I think the dog's name is Jenny. I always like seeing because she has her own chair. It's right there at the front door. And so the first thing you do is you come in, you pet Jenny and say hi and give her a scratch on the head, and then you can go shopping.
That is the cutest.
Yeah. So there you go. It says I'm an amazing instructor, and that's how we grow by sharing our experiences. Knowledge. Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. I think we all have something to share. We really do. But trying to find what to teach, how to do it, write the instructions, and the time that would all take. I talk about doing it, and it sounds exciting, but I just don't know at this point. It would be the wisest move either, just because the kids and everything. The kids are always going somewhere, so.
You also have to keep in mind, like thinking about, well, what would I teach? There is a new person to this awesome craft, this hobby, this art.
Yeah.
There are new people to this every minute. So there's always somebody that's going to need to hear what you have to say.
True. Very true. Yeah, maybe one day. I just don't think, the more I think about it, I just don't think this is the right point in my journey to teach in person.
Yeah. Well, you start off with, specific virtual things like you're doing here.
Yeah, and that'll be happening this year. I'm so glad that Donna came to me a month or so ago and said, "Hey, I want you to join this collab with me," because I wanted to do more tutorial videos this year, and this is kind of a really good push for me to actually do it. So I'm going to have 6 tutorial blocks come out this year.
Yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll start off small, and as I said, we may do more in the future. We may not. We'll just have to see how time and all that sort of stuff allows. So
Well, you'll be amazed at
yeah,
opportunities kind of open up for you once you start putting yourself out there.
oh definitely. Yeah. Nikki says there's two quilt shops that have little dogs at the bonus when shopping there for sure. And then yeah, Andy says a friend Tori has a book called Workshops Unlimited. It helps you play in class. Yes. And that's definitely one resource I'm planning on taking advantage if I do decide to move forward with something like this. Yeah, her book is like one of the first things I'm going to gravitate towards because I've heard it has a lot of good information and it would help immensely because I don't know what I'm doing. When it comes to in person and everything, I was like, I know how to make a video, I know how to edit, I can upload that. I mean, that's not an issue, but yeah, doing it in a quilt shop or a classroom somewhere, yeah, I'm going to need all the help I can get my hands on. So Andy's looking forward to semi-retirement when I can travel and teach. Right now, I have regular sessions at my local quilt shop for beginner quilting and long arm. Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure if I wanted to teach, I could probably go to a couple of quilt shops and say, hey, do you want someone? But yeah, I think right now I'm just going to stick with what I'm doing here.
For me, it's been fun that my dad was an elementary school teacher for 20 years and then an elementary school principal for 20 years. And it's just been fun to talk to him about lesson planning and figuring out fun ways to break up the class and it's not something I ever thought I would do because my dad was a teacher. I was like, I don't want to be that. And now I'm calling him, asking for his advice, which I think he absolutely loves.
I'm sure he does. I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah, I have that resource right in this house. Amanda's been a middle and high school teacher for, I think this is her 25th year. Is that right? So yeah, I could always, and she's so organized. Yeah, I really should just make use of her too. So, but stay tuned. It probably won't happen for a very long time, but you never know. I'll never say never.
It's a good like retirement gig to think about.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, and even though retirement's like further away than we even want to think about. Unless someone buys me a Powerball ticket that has the right numbers on it.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is likely to happen. So there you go.
Yeah, the bad thing about those is you got to play to win.
Exactly.
You're not going to win if you don't play.
No, and I don't play because I heard it. You're more likely to get killed in a car accident going to buy a ticket than you are to win. So.
Oh yeah. And yes, there's always somebody does win eventually, but
yeah. But it always seems to be California, Pennsylvania, Florida. So I'd have to drive to one of those states to buy the winning ticket. So I don't think they've ever seen a Powerball or Mega Millions winner in Virginia. So I'm in the wrong state. It always seems to be those ones. I don't know. Maybe those people are better picking numbers than me. So. Well, now you got me thinking there, Ingrid. She says, yeah, I love the idea of Sean teaching a class on fixing mistakes. I don't recall seeing a class like that before. I'm sure a lot of help. Yeah, I'm going to have to sit there and think about how I'm going to fill that, how to do that. If anyone has any ideas on content, I'd love to hear it. Because if nothing else, that'd be a good video.
Yeah. And all the creative ways that you can come up with to fix the same mistake.
Exactly. Yeah. Now we're on to something. Because yeah, that is something unique. Okay. Yeah. Now the gears are turning. You probably smell a burning smell wherever you are very soon. All right. So we've got this piece here done. Finally, I'm like the world's slowest FPPer.
Well, when you're chatting and working, that takes skill itself.
Actually, this looks like both the state of South Carolina and almost like my home state. So yeah, if you're from South Carolina, here's your toasty block.
There you go.
It actually does look a lot like the state, South Carolina. So there you go. Let's see. Inez says, yeah, if you have to wait to win to retire at your workforce life, I've only purchased one ticket in a lifetime. That was a waste of money. Yeah, the odds of 200 and some million to one don't do too well for me. I mean, I've done stuff where, you know, I've had a 4-in-1 chance or something, like 1 in 4 chance or something of winning, and I still can't do that. So I'm just like, yeah.
The crazy bit of that to me is you are far more likely to win the lottery again if you've already won it than you are to win your first time.
How's that possible? Because it's all just the same odds every time. Like, guess maybe because they buy more tickets.
There is probably that.
That's the only thing that makes sense, because it's not like certain numbers.
You're a smaller group, so you're the baseline group of you.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now. Okay, so there you go. So Donna says it's a great idea. How do I fix it? Yeah, I would love to see you do a video on that as well, Donna. That might be something good for you to throw out there at some point, and maybe a few of us try that idea, and because I think we could all learn from that. So yeah, no, I think that'd be good for us, to be honest. So she did a video on when a quilt goes south in December. It was a fun process. Oh, very nice. Dawn says, good morning. Just collect videos as you make mistakes and then compile to fixing them. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is something that we'll have to play with. It's got to go onto my ideas list. So there you go. All right. Well, thank you all for that. I really appreciate all your tips and suggestions and everything else. I think you might have to go with that. Yeah, you can't win if you don't play. Definitely. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the only way I'm going to get to retirement is by working hard. So, there you go. I know you have to play to win, but I'll keep buying donations. That's what Donna's saying. I kind of feel the same way. So it's okay. There you go. All right. What am I doing? Okay. Let's cut out the next block. Oh, this has only got 4 pieces. I might actually get this one done. I actually cut out A, B, C, D, E, and F. I think I cut out the fabric for 6 different blocks, thinking I was going to be smart and get them all done today, and worried that I was going to have nothing to do at the end of the live. But, that's not the case. I like to over prepare. I never want to run out with 45 minutes to go. So
true. I always bite off more than I can chew. I'm always like, oh, I'll be able to get through this. No problem.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's one of those things with the live. I don't want to ever be unprepared. So if I only get a quarter of what I had cut out, that's fine, because it's less work I have to do later. So
it's true.
It's not a big deal at all. You there? You there? Good morning, Ken. It's good to see you. Okay, let's see. So do any of your kids or family members quilt? Is it just you? And how did you, I know we've asked this question before, but it's been a while. I don't remember the answer. How did you get into it?
No, when I was a kid, I don't even remember it. My mom made our clothes, but that's about as close to sewing that anybody came in my family. My grandmother was a knitter, and she taught me how to knit when I was 7. So that's always been a part of my life. But nobody anywhere, not even I would think maybe one of my southern relatives would quilt. Nobody in the family. And it was pandemic, and I was looking for things to do, so I didn't go crazy, and ran across on TikTok a quilter called Sam. Ham Rhymes with Sam. She was doing a rag quilt that looked relatively easy, and I said, oh, let me try this out. And
there you go.
That was in September of 2020, and 5 years later, 5.5 years later, I'm still doing it.
Very nice. Yeah, for some reason I thought you'd been doing it longer than that, but yeah, there's been a lot of us that have a lot of people that were what I like to call pandemic quilters because they started sewing and crafting during the pandemic. So I mean, I've been doing this since the end of 2013. So
Yeah.
it's been a bit longer. I'm not a pandemic quilter, but yeah, there's a lot of us. Yeah, let us know in the chat if you're a pandemic quilter. I think Donna was, if I remember correctly. I think she started off making face masks like everybody else, you know.
And see, I missed that. I was at the tail end of that. Nobody was really making face masks anymore when I started.
Huh. Yeah, no, I got pulled into that little process very, very quickly because everybody it was like needed face masks. Like, oh, that's right, Sean sews.
Yeah.
They come and ask me, they'd ask Amanda. I'm like, just tell me how many you want. Thankfully, I had a nice stash floating around here. My mother-in-law was cute. She'd go on the Etsy and find the cute fabric that she wanted, and she'd order it and send it to the house, and then have me make it for her.
That's brilliant.
So, I thought it was great too. Because I didn't have to go do any, you know, because I was usually like for everybody else, I was basically pulling from stash because I had plenty. But yeah, she wanted certain ones, and so yeah, she'd just order it, and she'd say, "Hey, I ordered some stuff on Etsy. When it shows up, can you make me, you know, one mask or two masks?" And they only take me like 10 minutes to knock out. So, I thought that was neat that I was able to do that for her because you know she's done so much for me over the years, so I did not mind one bit doing that for her.
Yeah.
There you go. Linda has said she has to go, so thank you for joining us for a little while. Inez says she started a new project with Yvonne on Jolly Roll Club, Winter Friends. It's applique. Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Naomi says she's a pandemic seamstress, needed to figure out how to make money, so I used my hobby to find work. Well, that's awesome. Inez still wears a face mask when she goes out. Yeah, I've seen more and more people doing that recently. I do when I want people to go, you leave me, like, stay far away from me. Like, you go to a big crowd, I'll stick one on, so I don't have to worry. And I found it really good, too. Like, I was up in New York last month for Lily's birthday weekend, and it was so cold up there. And I had a face mask in my pocket from, like, one of the ones I made. It was so cold outside, so I stuck that thing on just to keep my face warm. They're really good for that, too, so...
You pop it on and start coughing a little bit, and you've got instant space built for you, so people leave you alone.
Yeah, but they are really good for like if you're out and about and it's cold. Like rather than taking a full balaclava or a scarf or something like that, and you just want to keep your mouth and nose warm. Just keep one in your purse or your whatever you take around with you.
Yeah.
That way, just slap it on, and that, you know, if you need something to keep your face a little warmer, because yeah, it was bitterly cold up there in New York when we were there, and yeah, I like to think that I probably staved off pneumonia and bronchitis because I'm so susceptible to that. By having that,
the flu this year has like run through crazy.
Yeah, I've heard that's just really correct. Thankfully, like I don't tend to get the flu, thankfully. So yeah, there you go. Let's see. Dawn says she started with masks, handbags, and then quilts. Easy to donate quilts. What am I going to do with a bunch of handbags? Well, there's a lot of people still buy those. I mean, if you I know my friend Pasita, she sells bags on Etsy and other locations. There's other outlets there as well. I mean, if it's something you like, you know, there's plenty of people who buy them. Diana says, looking at the weather in North America, I'll stop complaining about a temperature of 61 degrees Fahrenheit there today, or about 16 degrees Celsius. She is in Bermuda, if I remember correctly. That'd be a good place to be. And then Layla says, I kept busy making masks through the pandemic, but kept collecting cute fabric a few years beyond. Have to find a hobby to support my collecting. Yes, absolutely. So
that's good. I had to find a way to get rid of that stash.
Yeah, I got rid of a lot of stuff during the pandemic, you know, so I made a lot of face masks. I forget how many total, but It was in the hundreds.
Oh wow.
And then like even once most people stopped wearing them, like there was like Amanda was part of the drama productions at her school, and there was a while there where they still had to wear masks. And yeah, I got volunteered to make custom masks for the shows. So,
That's fun.
yeah, I think there was, I forget the name of the show. It was whatever the name of the show. They found fabric for. I think one of them was Alice in Wonderland. There was another one that was a different show. It was purple and gold. Was it Beauty and the Beast or something? I can't remember. But
Yeah.
anyway, they'd find like they asked me how much yardage I needed. I'd tell them how much yardage they needed, and then I'd go ahead and I think it was like 60 or 70 masks each time. So yeah, I got very, very good at making masks. I could probably still do it in my sleep if I had to. All right, let's see. And this says bad flu here this year. People are getting really sick. Yeah, here, like once you get it, you're coughing for months, like weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've managed to avoid it so far, which is good. Quick. So it's nice and straight. Now, that first block took me forever, and the second block, I've been doing this like 4 minutes, and I'm almost done. Seeing how like some of these blocks are super easy, and some of them are far, far harder. What progress have you made on yours? Because I don't know if I've paid any attention, which is
Well, I
naughty of
focused
me.
on all those one page ones, or the single fabric ones. And so I'm usually a pick the blocks I'm going to work on, pre-cut all of the fabric, and then go through all the blocks, just because I get really bored of doing all of one thing.
Yeah.
Like I could not pre-cut the fabric for an entire quilt. That would I would for an entire FPP project. I just couldn't do it. It would it would bore me so bad. So
yeah.
But this for this one, for being on the live, now I cut for the first block. Now I'm putting those fabrics on the first block. So yeah, I'm just about done with the first one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I won't finish a whole block today because I think this thing has 8 or 9 different sections. One block somewhere, I think it has 25 or 26 different sections. So that'll be fun.
Oh no, the dreaded no bobbin. I ran out of bobbin.
Do you have a top load bobbin or a side load? You can't see much
on this machine. Well, that's something that's changed for me this year. I just got the new software for that Grace Company did for domestic machines to be long armored.
Yeah.
So I just got that, and so my regular machine that's usually here, the TL18 Arnie, he's over on the new long arm setup that I got.
I was going to ask you because I noticed you didn't have your Juki there anymore. I was like, what happened to your Juki? So yeah, and I kept forgetting to ask. So thank you for mentioning that.
He's dedicated as a long armor right now as I learn the software for it's called DMV, I can't remember, or QMV for domestic machines, which is super cool. So I'll be able to, I have like 50 they're not all quilts, but I have 50 projects that need to be quilted. And
okay.
Some are quilts, some are, wall hanging, some are table runners, all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to get doing it. And it's with most domestic machines with at least like an 8.5 inch throat. So that's where
I think that's what this is.
Arnie's going to be dedicated to that for a little while.
So I'm trying to figure out how this goes. See if we can do this successfully. Okay. Oh, Kaz, it's so good to see you. I have not seen you in a long time. My friend from New Zealand, she said she woke up for a wee break. No wonder I missed your lives. It's 3 a.m. there in New Zealand. I'm going to put you on my TV now and go back to sleep. But hi, Shaw. It is so good to see you. Yes, I don't get too many folks from New Zealand. I sometimes get folks popping in from Australia at the beginning of the lives because depending on the time of year, it's either 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 p.m., 9 during the what's it called? US winter and Australian summer. I think Australia goes from 3 time zones to 5 because some have daylight savings, some don't, and that sort of thing. We won't get too. Yeah, I'll just confuse you. Stuff. So, but yeah, yeah. Right now it's like 8 p.m. Well, 9 p.m. in Western Australia. It's like late, like 1 a.m. on the East Coast, or 12 midnight if you're in Queensland, that sort of thing there. And then yeah, New Zealand would be 3 o'clock in the morning because they're 2 hours ahead. Like they're very, very close to the international dateline. They are currently 18 hours ahead of us. So if you want to know what tomorrow looks like, go to New Zealand and see how it is. And that just gifted 5 memberships. So thank you so much for that. So it looks like, and that's randomly done. Donna, Cora, Deb, Joyce, and Judy have all got a 1-month membership courtesy of Miss Annette. So thank you so much for that. Yes, I did. Okay, Andy's asking, do I know which colorway I'm doing for Field of Dreamers? We are just a few weeks away from the start of a new puzzle mystery pull. Yes, I do. I did a short about that about a month ago. It was. I'm doing Dear Diary. I had the viewers choose for me this time around, and they all did good by me. Dear Diary was one of my top choices. They did not know that, but yeah, that was one of the most popular choices. I sent it all over to Cotton Cuts and then said, here's the results, do what you can with it. And then, yeah, they assigned me to Dear Diary. So, yeah, we should be seeing more information about that coming out in the very, very near future. And if you want to join in on that fun, there's still time to sign up. That's not look right. Press that to see what happens. Good morning, Janice. It's good to see you as well.
Good morning.
Yeah, no, that's why Kaz doesn't see me live very often because yeah, I am just on way too early.
Yeah, that's a commitment.
In the morning. Yeah. I know it's interesting. Like you're thinking about the West Coast at 6 a.m. there right now, and has down there in New Zealand on the other side of the ocean, and then there's like only, well, it's 3 hours by a clock, but actually it's like almost a day difference. All right, where's Jack? I did not do this right. Good, Jack. Oh, there it is. Sitting there waiting for me to use it. Wow, it's almost time. It's almost time to head out.
It's gone fast.
It always does. So what is everybody else up to this weekend? Have we got any fun plans? I don't really have any plans besides being here. I got to take the kids out. They got to go to a friend's birthday party, or I think it's a birthday party. I don't know. I just get told where to go and when, and I
just drive the car.
I just drive the car. I am the kiddos' Uber. That doesn't get paid, but that's okay. The mom taxi, I guess you can call it. So that's the fun of being a parent, right?
Yep.
I mean, because we've been so busy with all the different ventures we've been to, like all the light shows, the New York trip, and everything else. I'm kind of glad we're having a couple of weeks here at the house where we're not doing a whole lot. You know, the kids have
Oh,
gone to the mall a few times to go shopping, and all I have to do is drop them off and go pick them up 4 hours later because they like to look at everything. So all right, I got to put that comment up there as well. Ellen has said, "Is this your first Fix It video?" Yeah, why not? We'll call it that.
there we go. You
You
saw
know
it here
what?
first, folks.
You saw it here first. Maybe the video title can be like when I do a real one, keeping it real, you know, like, because that's how it is here. Like I don't hide that mistakes happen. I don't want to hide. You know, there are some productions where you look at a project from start to finish and it's all perfect, and that's fantastic. But you're not going to see that here. You know, if I make a mistake, I'm going to show it. You can look at my shorts and other videos of time lapses for the puzzle mystery quilt especially, and you'll see I'll put in where I'm ripping stuff out. I think last week during my week in review on the podcast, I was showing me ripping stuff out. It happens. It's okay. You know, like
Yeah.
it happens to us all, and I'm not afraid to show it. So, oh, that looks so much better. Just to do later on in the day.
There we go. Bright oranges and red.
And these are the two sections put together as well. That looks, I like the colors that they have for it. And you bought the kit, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So what would your recommendation be? Would you recommend buying a kit? Would you say go do it yourself?
So I feel like that's changed with how crazy things are right now. If you have the stash to just get the pattern, I'm all about trying to make it as cost effective as humanly possible. And if you have a substantial stash, and some folks don't like the just solids, you know, they want to make it with fabrics that have a little more structure to them, I guess.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
like
putting
you're using
batiks on the horns.
Yeah, and the batiks and all that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of do it yourself. It is not easy to source the fabrics yourself. You can certainly attest to that. It is a process, and you've got to, boy, talk about being organized. You've got to be organized times 7 to source fabrics and go through the color list and decide what your replacements are going to be. And then if you want to even make the number of fabrics that you're using even smaller, because you're going to minimize the colors that you're using, that takes a lot of work. And if that's not something that you'd be interested in, then yeah, getting the kit is the easy way to go, because it's really hard to source a scrap of a fabric. Like you can't go to your local quilt shop and say, hey, can you cut a 4-inch by 6-inch just little scrap of this fabric that I don't have? That's not going to happen. They're not going to take the time to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I would say for your first one, buy the kit. Just save the money, buy the kit, because trying to do it yourself, even though I have a substantial stash of solids, it's hard, trying to plan everything else. I actually had the advantage to it to scraps, and this is I'm glad you brought that up. It's a very good point. I actually had one of my viewers finish Vortex, and she's like, I have all the scraps, I want to get rid of them, could you find use for them? I'm like, yes, please send it over, because that's going to help me out immensely of toasty. And so there's been certain colors that I've needed, and I've just gone through the Vortex scraps. She had them all had them all labeled in Ziploc bags and everything else. So I just like dig through it and go, oh, there it is. I found something close.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for the first one, for sure, I would definitely just say spend the money, just buy the kit. But after that, if you keep doing them, you're going to build up a stash of their little scraps and that sort of thing there as well. But yeah,
talk about a
save
file.
something.
I have a whole file.
Yeah, so say after you've done 2 or 3 of them, you probably could very easily do that. But maybe start with a small one like Mini Toasty or Mini Sculliver or something, where it's what, $99 for the kit. Just get your feet wet and go from there. Would be that's my suggestion. But yeah, save yourself the heartache and just buy the kit the first time around and then go from there. I kind of wish I'd bought the kit. But yeah, I'm having fun with it. I am changing some stuff out and everything else. Basically what I did is I had stash, and then anything that I needed half yard or more, I went ahead and purchased.
Yeah.
And that's another way there as well. So Dawn says here she appreciates it when people are showing quilting that they show it at real time for at least a little bit and then say it's 5 times speed. Otherwise, I was like, I'm nowhere quilting that fast. Yeah. If you look at my weekly review sections on the podcast, a lot of that stuff with me sewing is sped up just because I'm trying to squeeze as much as I can into that as well. I definitely don't sew that fast. There are folks out there that can zip through, especially if those industrial jukies and that, like Tiffany at Tiffany's Quilting Life. She can rip through stuff really quickly, but that's definitely not me. I do a lot of tiny piecing, so I tend to go fairly. I mean, I do, quicker than I think I am, but I'm not super quick. I'm not going to be the Michael Schumacher or Mario Andretti of quilting anytime soon. There you go. Let's see what else we got going on today. I think my friend Donnell will be live at 10, so go over and check her out. I'm sure she has something fun planned. I don't know what it is, but just go over there and see what she's up to and say hi. Russ should be live at 11. I think, didn't we see him earlier today?
We did.
We did, yes. I don't know if I said hello to him, but I'll have to text him later and say hi, Russ. So I'm hoping he can make it to QuiltCon. I'm not sure if he's making it or not, but hopefully he'll get this. It was so neat to hang out with him 2 years ago. I missed you last time. I think you were there on the Thursday and Friday. And I went on. Yeah.
Yep.
Missed each other by a day. So, maybe you can come to Richmond in June. That's my suggestion. Come down.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll come down on the Saturday and maybe we can hang out and do that sort of thing there as well. That'd be neat because that's fairly close. I drove by Frederick late last year, but we didn't have time to swing and say hi, unfortunately. So, yeah, but I saw the signs. I was like,
yeah,
we go? But no, we didn't have time, sadly. So,
just dip in.
Yeah, Mama Pop Quilt Shop will be live. I think, is it this week? I think they're normally live at 1, but I think this week they are starting at 12. They might be doing one of their longer lives. I'm not sure. Go over and check out their channel as well and see what they're up to. And then Miss Katie will be live at 4 o'clock this afternoon. She's always a lot of fun there as well. So do you have any videos planned, any lives starting up again in the near future that you'd like to talk about, promote, encourage folks to go over and see?
My plan, the goal right now is to get back to my Sunday brunches at the beginning of February. Okay. So have a couple more weeks off and then jump back in the beginning of February so that we can start we're doing, Ingrid and I are in the middle of a slow stitch Sunday where we're working on EPP together, which has been fun. And then I'm in a finish what I started kick where things that I started 2024, 2023 and never finished.
Yeah, you and me both. I have the same goal. I've been telling everybody, and this is kind of what I'm going to say, is I want a net loss. I'm currently compiling a list of everything that I have that's still being pieced, everything that is quilt top, and figure out how many I have. And then at the end of the year, I want that number to be less because I know there's going to be shiny new projects that I'm going to have to start. Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm not going to start anything new. That's going to be a bold-faced lie. Yeah. But I just want to be a net loss. So that's kind of my goal for this year. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, definitely go over and check out Shannon's channel. go over and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so when she does start going live again in February, she has a nice little audience there to hang out and chat with her and everything else. It's going to be a lot of fun. Shannon is a wonderful lady. I love watching her videos when I get a chance. Usually I can't attend the Sunday mornings because we're chatting with our kids and that sort of thing there, but it's a lot of fun. So go check her channel out if you want to see the kitties. Again, that's a good play. And go see some of her previous lives too. You can watch the replays as well. So definitely do that. So yeah, I think with that, I think we'll say farewell because it's overtime already. I'm going to have to start paying Shannon overtime rates now, and that gets expensive. So
thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited.
It was so good. Yeah, we have to do this again sooner rather than later. I need to have more lives because there's so many people I want to hang out with, and it's just not enough time. Yeah, by the time I go through the list, it's like 6 months since I've seen them. So, but I don't really have the time frame to do more than one live a week, really. So,
yeah,
especially since I do collabs with other people, like I'm live once a month with Katie, once a month with Tammy, with her last night. And then I think I'll be over at Donnell's next week as well. So I'll be doing 2 lives like back to back. It would help me. There we go. But it'll be a lot of fun. I always like hanging out with Donnell's. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, if you go on the road to California next week, I hope you all have a wonderful time. I will not be there unless someone gives me a hotel and first class airline tickets. So I need the labor.
First class.
Well, economy plus is fine, but I just it's when you're 6'5", those cramped economy seats just become very, very miserable, especially cross country. For an hour from here to DC or an hour and a half to New York, it's not terrible. But yeah, when you're on that 6-7 hour flight across the country, I need a little bit of room, just not because I'm crazy, but just because I'm told. So there you go. I hope you have a great day, everyone. Bonjour, au revoir, et bonne journée. I'm butchering my French there, Nadine. I'm sorry if I've offended you and everybody else in the country of France and Belgium and everywhere else that speaks French. But I'm trying. I really am. So thank you all for joining me. If you're watching the replay and you've made it to the end, thank you so much. Please say hi in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. It's always good to see who's watching later on there as well. So hope you all have a great day. Happy selling, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.